It was late at night. Keanu Reeves was at a nearly empty subway station waiting for his train. He had chosen to take the metro instead of a car, enjoying the simplicity of blending in with the city. That's when he noticed something unusual. A young boy, no older than 8 or 9, sat alone on a worn-out bench. His clothes were old, his shoes torn. He clutched a small backpack, his tiny hands trembling slightly. But what caught Keanu's attention the most were his eyes. They weren't just tired, they were lost. Keanu hesitated for a moment, then took a deep breath and walked over, sitting down on the bench beside the boy. After a few moments, he finally spoke, his voice calm and gentle. "Hey there, buddy. It's pretty late. Everything okay?" The boy flinched slightly, as if he hadn't expected anyone to talk to him. He looked up at Keanu, then quickly averted his gaze. "I'm waiting." His voice was barely above a whisper. Keanu nodded. "Waiting for who?" A pause. Then the boy shrugged. "I don't know." Time passed in silence. Keanu didn't rush him. He knew that sometimes people need time to let their walls down. Then the boy finally spoke again. "My mom said she'd be back this afternoon, but she didn't come home." His voice cracked slightly. "I got scared, so I came here." Keanu's heart clenched. This child wasn't just waiting. He was lost, alone, afraid. Keanu thought back to his own childhood, losing his father at a young age, navigating life without a steady home. He knew what that kind of loneliness felt like, and he wasn't about to let this boy feel it any longer. Keanu pulled out his phone. First, he called the local police to check if a missing child report had been filed. Then, he turned to the boy and spoke gently. "Listen, buddy. I know this is scary, but we're gonna figure this out, okay? You're not alone." The boy hesitated, but there was something in Keanu's voice, a warmth, a quiet strength. For the first time, the boy nodded. He trusted him. Not long after, a social worker arrived. A kind woman with a gentle smile. Keanu knelt beside the boy. "You're going somewhere safe now, and I promise we'll find your mom." For the first time, the boy's eyes weren't just empty. There was a flicker of hope. Keanu didn't just drop him off and leave. He made sure everything was handled properly. And a few days later, the little boy sat in a children's center staring out of the window. Then the door opened, and in walked his mother. She gasped, running toward him, tears streaming down her face. The boy jumped up and threw himself into her arms. His mother had lost her job, had nowhere to go, and had spent days desperately searching for her son. Life had fallen apart, but now it was coming back together. And all because one man noticed. Keanu Reeves didn't set out to be a hero that night, but in one small moment, one small decision, he changed a child's life forever. Because sometimes all it takes is one person to say, "I see you," and that can make all the difference.